welcome to episode 3 of Take It from the Milkman with Nick the Milkman. I'm Nick the Milkman, and I'm really sorry, because I know I said I was going to try to have this out by 0900 Eastern Standard Time. Daylight savings is coming a little bit later on. But life happens, and frankly, I drank mezcal and whiskey last night, and it didn't go according to plan. And I had to work today, so here I am, after a 10-hour shift, ready and willing to spill some knowledge on you. Welcome to the show. Let's begin, shall we?
Okay. Dear Nick the Milkman. So, I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years now. I love her even though things are rarely easy. We go through a lot of difficult times. So much so that I've considered that I would probably have a much easier life if she wasn't in it. At the same time, I love her and would rather put up with than lose her. The other night I was out with my friends and I met a girl from work who was out with her little sister. Her sister is one of the best looking girls I've ever laid eyes on. The sort of girl who turns heads. Anyway, after we had both gotten a bit drunk, I find her accidentally pressing her buttocks into my groin at the bar. She notices and apologizes and I buy her a drink. We're touching a bit more than we really should be. She has her hands on the back of my head and I'm touching her hips as we're chatting. She drags me upstairs and we kiss. I've never had girls as beautiful as her force themselves on me before, and I was flattered. I very nearly went home with her, and the only reason I didn't was because I used every bit of will in me not to. The thing is, I kind of regret not just going with it and never telling my girlfriend and treating her the same, etc. It makes me feel guilty to feel this way, but I can't help it. She would have been by far the best looking girl I'd had sex with, and I could tell she was filthy as well. Am I a terrible person for thinking this way? Doesn't matter now. My chance is gone, but too long didn't read. Do I tell her?
Look, needless guilt. You ain't married. What are you, 19? You said you have a shitty girlfriend. You want to leave her. I love her, but she drives me crazy. Well, that's normal. I guess. Most people drive each other crazy when kept in a box long enough. It can't be helped. Be that as it may, sounds like you kind of want to leave your primary lady friend anyway. The right thing to do is to leave her. She doesn't need an explanation. No one does. That's a kindness that you don't have to offer. Leave her and pursue the new piece. Next question.
Dear Nick the Milkman. The first time hearing about ginseng was from listening to Wu-Tang Clan, so I decided to try it. I have recently started taking ginseng, Panax ginseng, usually 1 to 2 grams a day, and I feel great. Gives me energy and focus throughout the whole day, and overall, I like how it feels. I recently bought a different brand of ginseng, but even after taking the same dosage, I didn't get the same effects. Why is that? Too long, didn't read. Ginseng?
Hey, experimenting with herbs. Ginseng is a funny all-cure. It's considered an adaptogen, which is totally a made-up word for we don't know why it works or why it feels so good. People have all kinds of weird explanations from it invigorates your liver to it cleans your blood. But it fucking works. Ginseng seems to be like a low-grade caffeine and a bit of a tonic. And a lot of people swear by it. I am neither a botanist nor an alchemist, but I can tell you this much. It won't hurt you. Eat ginseng all day. Get the pure root. Stock up while you can, because I'm led to understand that the good Korean white ginseng is actually rather endangered, and that American ginseng just isn't the same thing. It's a much lower quality, it's much weaker, and it's frequently fake. So enjoy your ginseng rush while you can. Also, look into Yo Him if the ginseng ain't doing it for you anymore. Next question.
Dear Nick the Milkman, my boyfriend is large, 8 inches, Sorry, I haven't measured girth. And uncircumcised. My issue is fellatio. He enjoys it so much, but I feel like I'm not up to par. I've never felt like this before. I get sore just after a few minutes and I can barely make him come with head alone. Sometimes I want to treat him. Any tips? Too long didn't read. Boyfriend's dick is my problem too.
Hey, head alone. What? Men don't come from head alone. What is this, middle school? You're gonna give me a handy in the bathroom and be off in 2 minutes? That's not how it works. But I understand your conundrum. Men like getting their dick sucked. You think your boyfriend is the only one who enjoys fellatio? That's ridiculous. You don't like having your pussy sucked? Oral sex feels good. Oral sex is safe. Oral sex doesn't make babies. But you're a choker. That's okay. See, what you've got to do, if you can't go all the way down, is you've got to use both hands. 8.5's not that big, so you don't have to use all your fingers, just both hands. And you've got to like work it. You absolutely have to work it and just suck the tip. He'll love it, and he might actually get off. But he's still going to want vaginal sex. He's going to want anal sex. I assure you, that's what he really wants. And he's going to try to work you up to it. So brace yourself. You can start preparing now. That's a different question. Next question.
Dear Nick the Milkman, I've been drinking for several years now, in steadily increasing quantities, to the point where half a bottle over half an hour only gets me somewhat drunk. And I've sampled almost every kind of easily found liquor at this point. Frankly, I can't understand why so many people like vodka. To me, it tastes like shoe polish, even when stored in a freezer, at which point it tastes like tooth pain medication and cold shoe polish. Regardless of the brand of vodka, virtually any other liquor, including high-proof stuff like Everclear, is preferable. Too long, didn't read. What is the appeal to this paint thinner tasting liquid shit?
Hey, coming up in alcoholism. Vodka, properly, is supposed to be tasteless. Vodka actually means water with a K. It's a bastardization of Polish for water. It's a Polish drink, not a Russian drink. It's transferred across the mountains. And that's what happens. Vodka as a distilled potato mash, much like whiskey is a distilled grain mash, is supposed to be nearly tasteless. But modern vodka is almost never potato. There's only one brand I know of that is truly a potato vodka, and that's Lucasoa, the only tasty vodka on the market. Even your high brand Belvedere or Ciroc is grain alcohol, which is Everclear for all intents and purposes, just watered down to a palatable 80 proof. I can't drink straight Everclear. I'm not that tough. A lot of people do like vodka, and it goes back to the prohibition, because vodka is not regulated the same way other things are. Is it from Kentucky? No, then it's not bourbon. It's Tennessee Sour Mash. It's Japanese whiskey. It's Scotch. It's blended whiskey. Vodka does not have the same kind of requirements as wine or whiskey or champagne. Is it from the Champagne province? It's not Champagne. Is it from the Merlot province? It's not Merlot. It's California red. It's California sparkling. Not necessarily in that order. Tennessee Sour Mash, by the way. Not true bourbon tonight. Bourbon comes from Kentucky. But vodka can be any damn clear liquor. And that's why it often tastes like shoe polish. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're going to drink vodka, I suggest you look for potato vodka, an import, and you mix it. The fun thing about vodka is you can infuse your vodka. If you've got 3 weeks and some herbs. Bootleg absinthe, add wormwood. Bootleg gin, add juniper. Bootleg peppermint schnapps, add Altoids. Thanks for tuning in this week. I appreciate it. I really am sorry that I'm late. Life happens, and that's just the way it is. I know that my adoring minimal audience understands that. This week's questions were a combination. Normally, I pull from 420chan. Well, I didn't mean to name the Chan, but that's the Chan, because they've got a personal issues board. This week, there may be 1 or 2 questions from Reddit. Thanks, Reddit. I appreciate that. Well, stick around. Make sure to check out my written blog on Wednesday. And my next video, next Monday, I'll get it out to you as soon as I can. No promises. And until next week, take it from the Milkman. Ain't worth crying over.